What is going on, guys, and welcome to Form Check Friday, episode 4 already. Firstly, thank you to everyone who commented and liked on last week's episode. I had a couple of messages from people saying that they really benefited from some of the stuff we went through, and I know for certain Brad has definitely implemented a few of the things, and his squat is looking brilliant as always. Okay, so this week we are going to go through deadlifts. So we have two different deadlifts. We have Dufty, one of my best mates. He is a Marine and he's been getting back into strength because he wants to try and do the 1,000-pound total challenge when he goes away. So let's just watch it through quickly. Here, Dufty is hitting a 180 deadlift for a set of 2. So we'll just have a quick watch through first. Boom, it's moving really nice and fast. Rep number 2. Boom. Strong, mate. Well done. So, at a first glimpse, okay, my initial kind of thought process is I think he's jerking the bar off the floor a little bit. You can get away with this whilst the weight is a little bit more submaximal, but as these weights get heavier, you see how he all of a sudden jerks that bar. As these weights get heavier, when he jerks it, it's not going to move, and then this is going to cause his hips to shoot up, okay? So, the cue that I would use for Dufty is pull the slack out the bar, okay? By this, what I mean is you see as he goes to pull the bar, you see how that little bend in the bar there, he wants to think about bracing nice and tight, using his lats and his core and pulling that slack out the bar, getting as tight as possible, thinking about wedging himself underneath the bar. As he's wedging himself under and he's all tight and set, then he's going to lift, rather than kind of doing that all in one motion. This is actually a very similar cue to what I was used with Ruth, who is in the next video, but we'll go over that again when we get there. Then from there, the lift is pretty good, okay? This first rep is nice. He keeps the bar nice and tight to him. And the only thing is, when he's dropped the bar, he's dropped it really, really far forward. So he's got to remember here to make sure he pulls that bar nice and close to him. We spoke about this the other week, about how if the bar is nice and close to us, it's not going to feel as heavy as if we let it drift away. If we let that bar drift away from our legs, then it's just going to put a lot more stress on our lower back and make the lockout a lot harder. So you can see he doesn't quite pull the bar all the way back to his shins. We jerk that bar off the floor slightly. See how far this bar's come away from his knees now, which then makes his lockout a little bit harder. It's pretty submaximal weight. You can go a lot heavier in this. So that's why you won't necessarily see it so much. But these are the kind of things that we have to get right now whilst these weights are a bit more submaximal, so that when we transfer over to maximal strength, we've got that fine tune, because any small errors here will be big errors when we come to the heavier weight. So if he can nail these two things, making sure he pulls the slack out the bar, and then making sure that he keeps the bar nice and close to him throughout the reps. But lockout is strong. Those hips are coming through. It's quick. 180's moving, boy. PB's coming for him. But lovely. Awesome work, mate. I'll give you some abuse later in the week for it. So, Ruth is having PT sessions with Jason. And Ruth hit a 140 deadlift, which is strong. So let's just quickly watch it through first, and then we'll kind of talk about things in a little bit more detail after that. So as we can see, again, it moves really well, good lockout, and she's obviously absolutely buzzing with it, which is awesome. Ruth's been training so hard for this. So first observation is we're wearing trainers. So when we lift in trainers, particularly if we're doing heavy squats or deadlifts, the bottom of your trainers are really soft and it's gonna be squidgy, okay? So once you've got even more weight through, you're just gonna end up really unbalanced, okay, and losing all that power that you're putting through the floor. It's going to be absorbed into the soles of your shoes, okay? So the first thing I would do is get those shoes off, Ruth, either deadlift barefoot or in a flat, hard-soled shoe like some Converses or Vans or something like that, okay? And one, you'll feel a lot more stable, and two, you're just not going to lose all that power through the floor, okay? Now, it's a bit of a similar work onto Dufty, okay? We can see she actually sets like a really, really, really nice position here. We've got reasonable bracing as well, not too bad. You can see she's taken a nice deep breath in and then pulled those shoulder blades back and down. But similar, I think she's just rushing it a little bit. I think if this is a Texas Texas deadlift bar, so it's not going to have a massive amount of slack in the bar, so it's hard to pull that out. But she's got to think about taking the slack out the bar and getting tighter and then lifting, rather than just going banging up. Okay, again, this moves pretty well, so she can get away with it. But as these weights get a little bit heavier, she won't be able to do this. Okay, so it's basically, you see this motion here of deep breath in and brace there. It's about thinking about doing that and getting as tight as you can before initiating the lift. So it's like, I always think about it like a spring. We're building tension, and then it goes bang, we explode up. Okay, so you've got to get the tighter you get, the stronger you'll be. Okay, but apart from that, the lift is really good. She struggles on a lockout a fraction, but she managed to get those hips through and squeeze those shoulder blades back. So in terms of that lockout, if she keeps tighter off the floor and maintains these shoulder blades back, it will also make her lockout a lot easier as well. But it's awesome. I just think by working and keeping tight in the initial phase of the lift, she'll get a lot more benefit from it though. But honestly, Ruth, it's absolutely awesome. These are just tiny little work-ons. I know you hadn't really done anything near this heavy in a long time, so to go and smash this is absolutely insane. So well done. So pop those shoes off and then just build tension a little bit more off the floor, maintaining lats. Very similar to Dufty, okay? And then last one, I just wanted to show you Kira's incline bench press, because this is an exercise which I see a lot of people get wrong. One thing, well, let's just play it through first and we kind of look. Kira's form is absolutely awesome, okay? We've got lovely control, good stability. She's keeping her chest nice and high. These elbows are tucked, okay? She's gripping those dumbbells nice and tight, maintaining a neutral wrist. This is how a incline bench press should be done, if you ask me, okay? It's absolutely awesome. And this is how to not do side raises, okay? The only thing I think that goes feet down onto the floor and away from the surgery is awesome done, guys. That is how you should be doing incline dumbbell press. So if you want your videos featured in next week's video, please send them over to me on Instagram, Simon Johnson Fitness, or send them onto YouTube, or email them to theaestheticstrength@gmail.com. Thank you very much, and I will see you in the next one.